putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. I want to cover some tweets. This is some good stuff. Get this. So Ari Fleischer said this: the 5 leading Senate Democrats who likely will run for POTUS, Booker, Harris, Gillibrand, Warren, and Sanders, all voted no on the budget. It will be fun watching how each maneuvers so no one can get to their left. The farther left they go, the harder it will be for them to win a general. This is George Bush's guy from a while back, Ari Fleischer. He's exactly right. Hey, glad you guys are here. It's Kevin Jackson Show. You know what? I love covering these tweets, and I think this is a great addition to the program. We used to do Tweet of the Day and stuff like that. Twitter's become such a powerful tool. In fact, the other day while the market was down, Twitter was up like 4%. I don't know why. It was funny that the market dropped whatever 1,000 points and Twitter was up 4%. So maybe Donald Trump's propping it up for all we know. But there's no way to pick just one. That's the point. You guys are so clever. By the way, if you're on Twitter, you can connect with me at Kevin Jackson TBS. That's how you can find me. Tucker Carlson said this: there are more immigrants in our country right now than at any other time. Is this country more united? Stronger? Just the opposite. And everyone knows it. Maybe it's because our elites welcome immigrants by telling them how flawed America is and how bigoted its native population. Hashtag Tucker. And here's what's interesting to me about that. Tucker Carlson is not only right, but it brings up such a deep level discussion around DACA that I've already touched on. And that's not, I'm not trying to say, hey, Tucker's thinking along the same lines, but he kind of is. Because see what I've said about the people that we bring into this country, as opposed to letting them in illegally. Everybody looks at DACA and some form of immigration reform as a bad thing. What this immigration reform is going to do is it will take the people who are here illegally and it's going to run them through a gauntlet. And that gauntlet is the American system. They got to learn the language. They got to learn. Think about everything they've got to do to go through the system legally. They got to pay a fee. They got to learn the language. They got to study up on civics. They got to do everything that the people who've been doing it the right way would do it. And I would love to have someone who's processed in, that's a legal immigrant to this country. Call the show. If you don't want to call, no problem. I got friends that I can bring on. But the number is 844-551-8255. And if you don't get us live, leave me a way to contact you, and I'll get you on the program. And I want you to tell us how you got into the country and what all it took. Now, I've got friends that have gotten in. It's amazing stories. I got one friend who came in, and he was on a true refugee status. He would have died had they gone back to Ethiopia. Can talk to him. I have another friend who came in on the lottery. African friend. I tell his story often. Put him in a hotel, and he was watching the running water going, what is this? He never, it was like, this is wild. And on. I got all kinds of legal immigrant stories. And I can tell you a few illegal immigrant stories because we had a guy's name was Mike. When I grew up on this big cattle ranch in Texas working for this wealthy white family, Mike had been there longer than we had. He would come every year, work in America, and return to Mexico walking. I don't know if he hitched a ride or halfway or whatever, but he found his way back to that ranch every single year of my life growing up. And I don't know when old Mike finally didn't make the trek, but I knew him my entire existence on that ranch. He worked there for whatever period of time, and then one day, Mike was gone. Gotten his paycheck and disappeared. Back to Mexico. And you know what? I appreciate that. He couldn't make money in Mexico. He made the trek to America. I don't know what it took for him to get here, but man, he did it every time. We're talking Central Texas. And he made it. And then he would leave, go take care of his family, and he'd come back to Texas. He wasn't partying. He wasn't philandering and going to the male, the clubs. He was working his butt off and going back home and taking care of his family. And I don't know what happened to Mike's lineage and all that. The dude didn't speak enough English to say grace over, and at the time I didn't speak any Spanish, so it was pretty much hola and buenos dias. But you know, I'm proud of the dude. And if many of the Mexicans coming to America were to get their work permits and then go home, I'd be proud of them too. But I'm not proud of the ones who stay and want to take advantage of our system. And so what Tucker is saying is, when these people come over here and they are flawed, they're told America's bad, and then they start marching against us, holding up their flags from the very country that they don't even want to go back to. Here's what's interesting. Dreamers today, supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but I saw it written, a couple stories where they said the Dreamers are threatening to leave the United States if they don't get what they want. And you know what everybody in the U.S. is saying? Go. You want to go back to Guatemala? Go. You want to go back to El Salvador? Go. You want to go back to Mexico? Go. You want to go to Africa? Go. When is it that these people stop looking at this country as, milk and honey? I can come over there and do something with my life, versus this country owes me something. This country doesn't owe them a doggone thing. And what was funny, Michelle Malkin said something along those lines. She said, the reason why these dreamers don't deserve to be here is because they claim that they're entitled. How are you entitled? Your parents brought you over here illegally, and we've been trying. If you found this out and you wanted to be entitled, you should have gone immediately to the authorities and said, hey, look, I'm illegal. I didn't realize it. I understand there are going to be ramifications. And let me tell you, I know that's scary. I bet it is, boy. If you grew up in, you're a white person growing up in Africa or something, somewhere in Africa, Cameroon, and your parents had brought you over there and it was beautiful, and the life you had and where you were from was, some third world white person led armpit. And then you had to go back. You'd be, oh, Lord. White people are laughing at me going, Kevin, there are no third world armpits with white people. Sorry to tell you that, brother. I get it. I know y'all are trying to laugh at me, but you get my point. If you saw it doesn't matter what color the people are. If where you were living was amazing compared to where you were from, and then you're over there acting like you're entitled to it, you're not entitled to be in America. There is no such thing. You can be grateful to be here. I am, as a citizen of America, I will tell you this right now. I am grateful to be in this country. Grateful. I am so happy that my ancestors were put on a boat. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know whether some tribe beat up my tribe, because I'm a lot of different people. But whatever tribe got beat up, that got my ancestors on a boat, and then they came over here and ended up in America. As much as whatever they went through, God bless them. Bless those people. Because Lord knows, I don't want to be born on that. Whatever part of my lineage, I told you guys, I'm 23% Nigerian, I'm Benin, I'm some 4 different types of African, okay? I don't want to be from any. I would hate to have to go. If they looked at my DNA, look, Kevin, you must go live in Nigeria. No, I ain't going. I would fight. Oh, I would fight. Man, I would put my skills to. Let me just tell you this. You better bring more than 4. Oh, they big boys, right? Big old ATF, Secret Service, Green Beret. You better bring more than 4. Yeah, bring 3. Watch what happens. Send them. I'll be in there eating a lunch when they send in the next batch. They're like, Kevin, you ain't that bad. Green Berets and Navy SEALs, they take you down. Try to send me to Africa. Watch how bad I am. I'm like a rabid baboon. Man, a leopard won't mess with me. I cut you to shreds. I ain't leaving America. I'm Native American. That's right, baby. Born in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm as native as they come. Yeah. Give me my headdress. Shoot. I may have never made an arrowhead in my life, but I'm Native American. Never worn a headdress. Never killed a buffalo. just as Native American as anybody else. So I love what Tucker is implying, though, because it's so true. The left have certainly made America, we're the bad guys, and yet everybody wants to come. And they're the ones, in his bigger point, we're not stronger with these people. It would be different if they were bringing the fabric of their being here, but we're not, because the left isn't.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.